to another episode of Fantasy Sports Teams Go! We all lost. This sucks. You're all taking some humble pie this week. But
yeah, definitely.
I know. It hurts. It hurts. The interception last night hurt.
Oh.
But my asshole hurts even more from Heather.
At least you're not Luke.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a bright side, I guess.
I think that might be the league record for lowest amount of points scored.
How much was it? How much did it end up being?
He scored. He scored 55 points.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, Luke. That sucks.
It's rough.
That is a rough go, but we're back with another episode. We're going to preview this upcoming week. Hopefully we can all win like last week because that was much more fun.
Hopefully.
I like it better. I like the podcast better when I win.
Yeah.
When we all win, actually.
Yeah. It was a good time last week.
It's a lot more fun when we could just shit on you guys.
This was like the worst football weekend of all time. I mean, this was fucking horrible.
Dude, I went to
For pretty
McDonald's.
much everyone except for Zach.
Well,
Yeah,
I went to McDonald's and I couldn't get the fucking Szechuan sauce.
No?
And then the Michigan lost, and then the Lions lost, and then I lost.
Yep.
Like there's
But
so
at least CMU won, guys. Yeah. No one fucking cares. Alright, yeah, fire up. Alright, let's go into the preview. The first one on my phone, which usually it's the same as yours, guys, yeah. Which is Buck the Broncos and making roster moves.
Alright.
How do you feel about your matchup there? Ross doesn't have a quarterback. That must be good.
Yeah, hopefully he doesn't play one. That'd be nice. He might give me a chance.
You got Dak on a bye?
I mean, my team didn't do too bad last week, even with how bad my running back situation was. So I'm actually not super unconfident anymore, in my team. I think it's going to be decent. I think this will be a pretty good matchup, honestly.
I'm looking right now, and I think it's going to be a pretty good matchup. I think Hogan has been phenomenal. Like, he's catching a touchdown a game, and he's getting,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
he's essentially doing exactly what he has to do in that offense.
Yeah.
I don't know, he's been really good. And Hopkins is obviously, on the hottest offense in the NFL right now, apparently.
Yeah, especially late when they're losing. Throw to him.
Cam Newton, he's been playing good.
He's had 2 good weeks in a row now.
It's Thursday night football.
It is Thursday night football, though.
And I don't like Thursday night football
But
matchups.
I don't think I'm going to be playing Ben Roethlisberger, so...
Well, Ben
I would fucking
Roethlisberger
drop
wouldn't even play
Ben-
himself.
I would drop Ben Roethlisberger.
Let's be real, Ben Roethlisberger wouldn't even play himself. So,
Probably true.
So I'm assuming Cam's my guy.
I still think
Yeah, probably. For now, at least.
I think Freeman and Gordon could cancel out.
Yeah, I think they both have pretty decent matchups.
McKinnon looked really great.
He did. Hopefully
Yeah.
he showed that he's the guy. Maybe I got lucky with a pickup and he'll be the guy that replaces Cook.
Yeah.
So this is a really even running back matchup. Because Doug Martin did well in his first game back. Melvin Gordon's been good all season.
Yeah.
And then your guys, Freeman coming off a bye and playing against Miami, that should be big points.
Hopefully.
And then McKinnon, like we said last night, he killed it. Wide receivers, on the other hand, I would say you probably have the advantage as of right now. Will Fuller's had 2 good games, but that's probably not going to...
Well, Will Fuller had 2 catches last week, both
Yeah, and they were both...
It's
I think the stat was 4 out of his 5 or 6 catches or whatever it was went for touchdowns. So it's touchdown or bust.
And on the other hand, Hopkins had 4 catches and 3 of them were touchdowns.
Yeah. It's weird.
Receivers only caught it.
So maybe those 2 will cancel out, but...
I think Michael Thomas, I don't know. I didn't really watch the Lions game, so I can't tell you what happened. That's to your point.
Bad things happen.
If we can't get a pass rush
Bad
against
things.
New Orleans, they're going to tear us up. That was the issue. Cam Newton had all day, and he could just pick us apart.
Yeah, Cam Newton did tear us.
How do you think Cooper's going to go? Are you going to put him in that lineup?
Dude, he's killing me right now. It's hard. I don't know who else I would put in.
Well, you wouldn't really be
Parker
able to...
might not play. Marshall's out for the season now. Jaquise Rogers no longer even is a player to own, really.
To consider,
Rob Kelly, if he plays, got a decent matchup, so he could be a possibility. I don't know.
You're going to have to pick up a defense, too.
I'm gonna have to pick up a defense.
Seahawks run a bye. Mason Crosby missed 2 extra points
Gonna
last
have to
week.
drop bitch ass Mason Crosby.
Yeah, man.
Fuck Crosby, dude.
He looks like garbage. Tight ends, I'd say this is about as even of a tight end matchup as it can
It's
get.
like-
right now, they're probably the top 2 tight ends in football.
The best tight
I would
end
say so.
matchup we could have.
Yeah, seriously, Zach Ertz, Travis Kelce. I mean, that's pretty damn good.
But your defense, Ryan.
My defense.
Let's see, flex. We got Amendola against McCaffrey. Ooh, Ross is losing some confidence in McCaffrey.
Oh, you put him down from the RB2 to the
put him
flex.
into flex.
It's Thursday night. I don't know. Maybe he's taking that.
He
into
had his
account.
first touchdown last week.
He did, but he also doesn't run the ball much. It's all if they pass it to him.
I know, which is nice for PPR.
It's nice for PPR, but it's also riskier.
Think Philly would have a better pass rush than the Lions did? That might mess up the Panthers?
They should.
Dude, anyone will have a better pass rush than the Lions.
The Eagles'
at this point.
defense has been pretty decent this year, I would say. And I don't know. The Panthers' offensive line is supposed to be shitty, but the Lions couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah, I agree.
Guess we have to see what quarterback Ross picks up, but being at the end of the waiver wire, there's a lot
That's
of
where
other
I'll
people.
go.
There's a lot of other people that need quarterbacks.
There are.
Mm-hmm.
So you might be playing against Joe Flacco or something.
Dude, Flacco against the Bears is going to light me up.
Don't even joke. That's gonna happen now.
Okay, who wins? Who do we think wins, Ryan?
I think it all comes down to the New York Giants, really.
who are the Giants? who are the Giants playing this week?
Denver.
Oh, fuck!
Yeah.
You're losing.
I'm gonna lose because Denver's gonna crush the Giants.
You're
I'm
losing.
screwed.
That's it. Ross wins. It doesn't even matter.
I'm gonna go opposite. I think you got this, Ryan. I want you to take that Ross. This is something I can see happening to him.
Ross and the Giants lose all in 1 week.
I don't know if it can happen.
It can't happen. It's just the universe will be all sorts of fucked at that point.
Maybe my Giants
But-
will pick up T.O. and go win the game against the Broncos.
The Giants should pick up Victor Cruz.
Oh. Yeah, I heard those guys are available. So next up is me and Kyle. The Galladay Inn.
Interesting matchup here.
I like how he's playing Carson Wentz on Thursday. That looks nice.
Well, you got
Yeah, but
AJ Greenless.
AJ Green's got,
Oh, that's-
got a bye,
that's
so that's
nice.
for you.
Hell yeah. All right, he's gonna have to play J.J. Nelson. That sounds
Well,
good.
if Mariota plays, it's hard for Kyle not to play him, but it's
Against
Thursday
QB.
night and Monday night, so you don't know if he's going to be healthy. Tough call for Kyle.
Yeah, that is a really tough call.
Because, if you don't play Wentz and he's on your bench, then you can't even pick up another guy unless you drop one of your
Yep.
other players.
Meanwhile, I've got Cousins against San Francisco and
That's a
Washington,
great
and Washington's coming off a bye. And they're at
Washington
home.
should destroy them.
I would hope so.
I would assume that Washington's going to be putting up a good showing.
Yeah, San Francisco's pretty bad.
Pacetas did a good job against them. There's no reason why Kirk Cousins can't.
Yeah, exactly. Fournette has been really good.
Yeah. Killed it last week.
Scored a touchdown in every game still so far. Buck Allen, he's really only good for catches. So
But
But
he
against
did get a
Chicago.
lot of carries last week because Terrence West got hurt.
yeah,
If
so
Terrence West is still out, he might even get more carries this week.
I got a phone call.
Oh.
Declined it. It was my mom.
Mommy Stavola.
Did not. I was like,
Get a shout out on the podcast.
special guest.
Is it? Is this the week that Ajayi finally does something good?
I don't think so.
No.
No. I think this game is set up for him to be
Is Beasley coming back?
be rough. I don't think Beasley's back yet, but even that, Ajayi's not a guy that they're going to put out there if they're losing.
Does that mean that Landry will get points?
I think so.
All right, cool. All right, I'm good with that. I'm good with
I
that.
think Landry will have a lot of catches. It might not be for a whole lot of yards, but he'll probably get probably around 8 to 10 catches, I'm guessing. Which is a lot of points.
Yeah, I mean that's 8 to 10 points, so I'm cool with that. Let's see, receivers. I mean he's got AJ Green on a bye, so so that's always good.
Maybe you might play Kenny.
I mean,
Kenny G.
You might fill in with Funchess though. Funchess has been good, but also Thursday night game, you never know.
Kyle has a lot of interesting decisions to
When
make
is
this
he
week.
going to play Kenny Galladay?
He's never playing Kenny Galladay.
He could always move
Never.
Bryant up and go with Thompson also.
That'd be too logical for Kyle to do something like that. No, Kyle's a fucking moron. No, Kyle, don't do that. Let's see.
You guys got both Monday night kickers, just to go off topic, but I just noticed that.
Ooh.
Are you gonna keep Vinatieri after he saved you or what offer you this past week?
We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see. I'll have to look into that.
He was the pickup of the day, though.
He was the pickup. I still got my ass kicked, so that didn't matter.
I think you have the better receivers. They were going receivers, still talking about that. I mean,
I would say so too.
Evans Landry Hill is a pretty good.
I think without Green, it's for sure yours. Like,
Yeah.
it's not
I'd
gonna-
say with
I'd
say with Green.
I'd say with Green, yours is still I think
Yeah.
a little better, but without it, like it's not even close.
Yeah.
Tight ends is going to be interesting.
Delaney versus Engram. Engram didn't have a single catch last week.
Yeah, but
With
then-
all of those guys dropping like flies, he didn't have a single catch.
That has to change this week, right? Like,
I would
yeah.
fucking
But
hope so.
They are facing Denver. It's so hard to pass on Denver.
But
so
that's
hard
the
to do
one-
anything on
That's
Denver.
the one thing that Denver doesn't really do particularly well, though, is cover the tight end.
It might be different this week now that they don't have to face a receiver.
What are you talking about, man? They've got
Do you even know his name?
shit. Roger something.
Roger Lewis, is that it?
I think that is
Roger
what it
Lewis?
is. Yeah.
I'm a Giants
Roger-
fan. I would know.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
I'm gonna try out.
Thank you, Giants.
I'm gonna try out to be a wide receiver for the Giants.
We should all fly out to New York today and go. Just fuck the podcast. We just go out.
Take me up on waivers.
They're gonna hold open tryouts like back in the day, like the Eagles did with.
Always sunny in
This is-
Philadelphia.
It's always sunny.
Yep.
Look at this drive.
I've got Abdullah in my flex right now, but I don't know if that's gonna change or not. It might change.
Yeah, I'm not too
I might-
confident on them this week, honestly. Like,
New Orleans defense isn't good though. Like
it's not.
you would think that he would get some points.
I don't know, the Lions' offense has been really bad the last few weeks.
They haven't been playing against good defenses though. Like Minnesota's got a good defense. Carolina's defense is
Yeah.
pretty good. Who's the one before that?
Is Stafford gonna play though?
I think Stanford
I
plays.
would think so.
I don't think. I mean,
There
just
was
from what
some-
I've read, it just looks kind of like
Some verified doctor on Twitter said that he should play next week.
Dr. Chow.
Doctor, what's the doctor's name? Dr.
Dr. Nick.
Dr. Nussbaum. Drake and Josh.
Nussbaum.
This is the real Dr. Nussbaum. Okay, well, he's got the Jets defense against New England. I hope that doesn't change.
He's gonna switch that.
No, don't do that, Kyle. That would make too much sense.
You got a good defensive matchup.
Yeah, Houston
Texans
against
against
Cleveland.
Cleveland,
Yeah, I like that.
They probably. I don't. Do you think they're gonna go back to Kaiser, Cleveland? They went with what, Hogan?
Yeah,
Last week, and he actually.
Hogan did well. Kaiser didn't play that good. And he hasn't played good like really all year. But I don't know.
Regardless, this should be a good matchup, even though Texans just lost 2 of their defensive linemen for the year.
Yeah, that's rough. That sucks.
I feel so bad for J.J. Watt, man.
So do I.
It's like he's a guy you just want to succeed, even if you don't like the Texans. It's like,
I know.
Time to retire, dude.
He's like the one guy that he's just such a good person, does all this stuff, and then boom.
I even know like how he got injured. Like when I watched the play, like I was like okay, like I didn't
Yeah.
know what hurt. Like I didn't like it looked like he just went down.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think his career is just starting to come to the end now.
Probably, unfortunately. Okay.
Central Michigan legend.
CMU. Was he a tight end back at CMU?
Yeah, we were so bad.
Freshman with Antonio.
Our
Brown.
coaches were so bad, we didn't even know what position he'd be best at.
That's so sad. All right.
Prediction.
Who wins?
I mean, Kyle's team was great last week, and yours struggled, Vaughn.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go with Kyle in this one again, just because of if he play. I think he's gonna play Mariota. If he plays, I think he's gonna have a great game. And also, I think Fournette's gonna have a really good game, and Allen could be a good pick this week.
I'm gonna pick me just because of the matchups, but But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if I lose. My team's fucking garbage.
I don't think your team is that bad, honestly. You've got a lot of really good players that have been playing not that great so far. And the weeks that your guys break out are not on the same weeks. You know?
Yeah, it's like the week that I play against one of the top point producers in the league.
Every once in a while, one of your guys will go off, but you have a couple guys that have terrible weeks and it cancels it out.
Yeah.
You're struggling because of it.
I think you're gonna win, Bond. To be quite honest,
I hope so,
I
bro.
think you're gonna win.
Ross, what the fuck are you calling me for, bro?
Oh, answer it. Oh, put on speaker.
Hello, good sir?
Oh, you are the first guest on the Fantasy Sports Teams Go podcast. Could you state your name and where you're from?
Are you guys recording right now?
Yes,
Yeah.
we are recording right now.
Am I the first caller into the show?
Yeah.
You're the first caller, buddy. What do you got to say?
Listen, here's what I gotta say. This is incredible timing. Here's what I have to say, okay? I think that your league is incredible. Your commissioner is incredible. I love what you guys do, and keep it up. I mean, this is fantastic.
Well, I really appreciate all the kind words, but I agree with everything you said except for the commissioner. Not my commissioner. He's a piece of shit.
Not my commissioner.
Yeah, no, seriously, that guy sucks. Oh, man. But listen, this is good stuff. All right, I mean, that's all I had to say, guys. Keep doing what you're doing, and, we'll keep watching the show.
Great.
All right.
We're counting on it, bud.
All right. Later, guys.
Have a good one, buddy.
Thanks. All right.
Well, thanks for the call in, Ross.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Well, that was fun.
That was fun.
Yeah, he sounded a little nervous. It was his first time.
Yeah, I know.
So he'll be all right. Next time around, he'll.
Maybe he's not in a fantasy league. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he's just trying to catch the ropes, you know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, first time caller, long time listener.
Yeah.
So those happen. But yeah, but you think I win?
I think you would.
Okay. All right. We'll move on. Let's go to Autumn and Autumn Blashkas.
Oh my god. Every week, man.
I know. This is projected to be a low-scoring matchup for NFL standards. They both have kickers on buys.
Time to pick up a kicker.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Oh man.
But anyways, Drew Brees against Detroit. I mean, if he does what Cam Newton did to us, we're going to be in for a long day, and Autumn's going to put up a shitload of points.
Yeah.
Blake Bortles against which LA is that? Is that the Rams?
Yes, that's the Rams.
Yeah, their defense sucks. I mean, I could see Bortles putting up some points. And he didn't do terrible last week, even though he didn't get a touchdown or anything. But
I don't think it's going to be that great of a game for him.
no.
No, I don't think Bortles is a good
He only-
prospect. I don't even think he only threw one
threw
pass.
for 95 yards last week.
Did he only throw one pass in the second half?
I think so. They just ran it all day.
I mean, I don't blame him for Fournette. He's been a fucking beast.
Did he even get a touchdown, or were all the touchdowns defense and Fournette?
I think it was all defense and Fournette. They had two
Yeah.
pick sixes, and then Fournette's.
Two?
That's someone that Luke
I
might
think.
have. That's someone that Ross
Maybe.
might have to compete with on the waiver wire for a quarterback. Possibly if Luke doesn't.
Luke.
believe
Luke's
in
been doing
Bortles.
some weird shit at quarterback this
He's
year.
had to.
It's been weird.
He's got
Well, yeah,
he's
he's-
only really got one guy who's consistently performed, and that's Carlos Hyde.
Bold prediction, he's picking up Jay Cutler.
Ooh.
Cutler's gonna get benched this week.
Shit, man. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised by that. Jay Cutler sucks.
We want
more.
We want more.
More Jay Cutler.
Yeah.
More Jay Cutler.
Jay Cutler on the sidelines. You want more of me?
Oh, yeah, guys, our defense has to play right now. I can't play defense. I can throw two defenses, but can't play. Running backs. Lynch hasn't been that good, surprisingly. Frank Gore's about as consistent as it gets. He
Yeah.
usually gets 40 to 50-ish yards and then a score.
And then a chance for a touchdown.
Is this?
Yeah.
If he has a touchdown, it's a pretty good game. If he doesn't, then it's a pretty bad game.
Yeah.
Is this our league's garbage bowl?
This might be the...
I mean, it's hard to say that when Autumn put up 140-something points last week. But
This could be the shit show.
and
of the
she
week.
got her first win. Congrats to her. But
Yeah, good job, Autumn.
Beckham being out for the year is gonna kill her team, man.
Oh, yeah.
She has-
Yeah, that sucks. Yeah, she's...
If you look at what's left, you got Drew Brees, who's a good quarterback. You got that going.
Oh, yeah.
But
yeah.
Lynch has underperformed. Deshaun has stepped up last week, finally. Gore's consistently average, but Kenny Britt and Marquise Lee, you don't want them as your starting receivers, really. Like,
I don't view any of those as a 2 wide receiver, and one of them clearly is a 2 wide receiver for Autumn.
she might have to go make a deal somehow to upgrade. But
Make a deal, you say.
Oh!
but
It also hurts that she's got a few buys this week,
yeah,
to where she like typically would be able to throw some guys in there instead, but yeah, so but yeah, that ODB injury, that sucks for her. Meanwhile, Luke's wide receivers, I mean, Emmanuel is pretty good, and they're playing the Giants, and the Giants suck ass. Sammy Watkins playing Jacksonville. Their defense actually been pretty good, surprisingly. So
Yeah.
who knows
and
what
Sammy's like mega
hit or miss,
inconsistent.
hit or miss.
He's
Yeah.
he's such a scary play. He'll either get you like 25 points like once every 4 weeks, and then the
Mhm.
other 3 weeks it's like a catch.
Yeah. And then
Alan
I don't
Hearns.
think he should play Alan Hearns. I would play Randall Cobb.
Oh, for sure, I would play Cop over Hearns.
Yeah. I just don't like Hearns at all.
Even Collins might be a better play than Latavius Murray, honestly. Like Latavius Murray was garbage this past week against one of the worst
Yeah,
defenses
that's
in
what I was
football.
saying. Like, at this point, it looks like McKinnon's going to be that go-to guy.
Chris Johnson got cut. Like, you don't have all the Arizona running backs anymore, dude. Chris
You
Johnson's
gotta
not
pick up AP somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, why is Gronk on his bench, too?
Gronk didn't play last
Do you
year.
think he might not play still?
Wasn't he only supposed to be like a 1-week thing?
Well, maybe the week just ended. Maybe he hasn't said it yet.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, in that case, yeah. So he'll probably swap that out, and Gronk's a top 3 tight end, so he's got the advantage there. Jack Doyle every once in a while has a good game.
Yeah.
Every once in a while
Chris Sims is
I
kind
can
of.
see this one being a game where he's decent.
against the Titans.
Yeah.
I could see.
They'll probably be down. Who else they got to throw to? I mean, Moncrief's
Not a whole lot. Corey
Hilton's been good. Hilton's been pretty good recently. Other than that.
Yeah. The Panthers D on Thursday night. I like that.
It is at home, which
And
I
it's
do
Thursday
like.
night
And it's
football.
Thursday night. The Phillies' offense has been really good.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be the week that it's like it kind of stalls a little bit.
Dips a little bit?
Yeah, just a little bit. Just because it's Thursday, and I mean the Panthers' defense is good, anyways. So I think it kind of takes that step back a little bit.
Surprising, we're gonna have a 4-1 matchup each team on Thursday night. Both teams are
Yeah.
4-1. That's really good.
Usually it's like 1-4, you know. But yeah, it's good to see a good matchup on Thursday finally. All right, who wins?
Autumn.
You say Autumn.
Autumn.
I'm gonna say Luke. I think Luke comes back this week. I think Carlos Hyde will have another productive game. I mean, he's been having productive games all season. I think Emmanuel's probably gonna have a really good game. I think that'll just be enough to beat Autumn. Because her wide receivers right now are just not good.
Man. I'll go Luke by a tiny bit.
By a tiny bit.
It's so hard to pick this one.
Yeah, it was a little challenging. Okay. The next one is Tyler against Portageon.
Porter John, didn't he get a win this week?
He did get
Yeah,
one last
he
week.
did win.
Got a win, so he's
Yeah.
stepping up there.
He
Yeah.
looked really nice. Oh, he has Watson.
He's got Deshaun in there against Cleveland. That's going to be big
Honestly,
money
it
points.
probably should be a big play, yeah.
Yep. That's
He's
good.
got a lot of buys on his bench.
Does he?
He's pretty much already said his
Oh, boy.
only lineup, essentially.
Des Bryant, Thomas Rawls, Joe Mixon, LaShawn.
He's got a 2 tight end set in there right now.
Yeah, he does. Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. With an Aaron Rodgers against Minnesota. So I'd say that's a pretty even quarterback matchup.
Watson against Rodgers.
Just because Watts, yeah, I mean that'll be pretty interesting. Running backs, Duke Johnson's been good for a touchdown like this entire goddamn season.
Gurley had a setback last week, but I think he can I think the way that the Rams have been using their offense, I think Gurley can find a way to score.
Mm-hmm. How many points did he have last week?
5.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it.
But didn't he have a fumble also? Like,
It was like going to be a touchdown, but he fumbled.
threw the back of the end zone off the pylon.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like an inch away from a touchdown.
That sucks.
Rough.
Yeah, that sucks. Tariq Cohen last night didn't play very well, actually. I think that's
Howard's the guy there.
that-
Especially with
it's rough with John just because of the buys that he has. Because at this point he probably would.
Julio's going to be filled in for Tyler, obviously, for the bye, and then also Reed.
Yeah, for
Witten's
for
bye.
Jason Witten. He's
So-
got to pick up a kicker as well. He's got Dan Bailey on.
So honestly, a lot of buys on both these teams. Surprisingly, when there are only 2 buys this week.
No.
Is it just Seattle, Dallas, or
Seattle, Dallas, Cincinnati, Buffalo.
Cincinnati, Buffalo? Okay.
So yeah, I mean, this could be the shit show of the week, honestly, just because of the buys.
I don't think it's going to be, honestly.
No,
I think both teams will have pretty decent weeks.
I think they could just because of the quarterbacks. Because wide receivers, I mean, yeah, Julio's going to be in there. He's got a pretty favorable matchup. Travis Benjamin's like, meh, yeah.
Reed's got a good matchup if he plays.
Who's that?
Reed.
Oh, okay, Jordan Reed.
San Fran. Pretty good matchup.
Yeah, that's.
He has to be healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Coleman might get a score against the Lions.
He'll probably throw in the Broncos defense as well, playing New York with all those injuries that they have. Like, that's just going to be points for days.
Eli.
Poor Eli.
He did.
Poor Eli. Let's see. John's receivers. Garcon, Fitzgerald, and Keenan Allen.
Decent.
Those are all pretty solid wide receivers.
I think they're decent.
They all get a lot of catches.
That's what you want, PPR.
Mm-hmm.
And they've got pretty decent matchups, I'd say.
Even Safari and Jenkins is a decent matchup. They're going to be down. They're going to have to throw it.
He's been getting a lot of targets.
He's the red zone guy, honestly. Like,
Mm-hmm.
the guy they just chuck it up to
Yeah.
when they get close.
Yeah, so that could be interesting.
Cameron Brate struggled this past week, but he still had like almost 80 yards and a touchdown, right?
Yeah, he had 68 yards and a
68 yards
touchdown.
and a touchdown.
He's
Like,
got double-digit fantasy points last 3 weeks.
he had like 4 big drops, and he still ended up with that. So
Yeah.
it's like he's a pretty good play.
Yeah, I would agree with that. All right, who wins?
I'm
You go ahead, Brian.
gonna go with John's gonna win. I think
John.
I don't know if Julio's gonna be able to do anything with. He's been like 10 games in a row without a touchdown or something.
That's interesting.
That
Very
is.
surprising.
I think John's gonna get the win. I think those receivers are just gonna get a lot of targets. Powell, I don't know if Powell's actually gonna play. He got injured, so that's gonna be interesting to monitor. But I think Watson's gonna continue his hot streak. I think Brate and ASJ are good plays, and I just think John has a better chance at winning.
I agree. I think John's going to win. I think he's got some big-time receivers this week. He's going to get a lot of points from them, so it's going to put him on top. And Watson, I think, is going to have a good game.
I'm going to say Tyler, just because of the guys that he's going to swap in, hopefully, he's going to put Julio in. Jordan Reed will be in there. If he is smart, he'll play the Broncos defense against New York.
Yeah.
And I mean, if he makes those switches, I think he'll win. But if he doesn't make those switches, I'll say John. So it depends on what Tyler does with his team.
I definitely don't think it's going to be like a blowout by any
No,
means.
I
it'll
think
be
this.
close,
Yeah,
but
I think so too.
I'm going to go with John, but I think it'll be close.
If he makes those switches, then I'll say Tyler. If not, then John wins, I'd say.
Alrighty.
Okay. Which matchup is this? This is
Patty and Brian.
Patrick against Brian. Okay. And
Sloth Incorporated and The Electric Thought.
The Electric Thought.
where did the team name The Electric Thought come from?
That's actually my grandpa's band name from when he was growing up and he used to play like in downtown Detroit. That was his band name was The Electric Thought.
Really cool.
So I took it and I made it my fancy name because I wanted to get it on the trophy, but now I think I might change it. So I'm trying to like fill different names that I want.
That might look cool.
Yeah, on the trophy, at least.
All right.
What did your grandpa play?
He played guitar.
Good man. Good man. Okay, well you've got
Right
Wilson.
off the bat,
Wilson.
there's another guy who's gonna have to pick up a quarterback, right?
That's Brian.
What is that, two
Honestly, that's 2 at least, plus possibly Luke. That's a third one. If you I don't think
Before
you would wanna
Ross.
go with Bortles, like
Before Ross, that's 3.
I'll trade you one so you have a guaranteed quarterback.
we're gonna have a trade.
Trade on the podcast.
Trade on the podcast. I don't know about that.
Yeah, Eli is a terrible play, so Patrick switch that. Running backs.
No, play Eli.
For
Well,
Brian's sake,
he's got
Eli.
Matt Ryan coming off his bye. He's gonna.
Oh yeah, he'll do that.
And Anderson coming off his bye.
Um,
It's a good pick also.
Yeah, CJ. Yeah. Let's see, running backs. Yeah, I mean Kareem Hunt. He's been good.
Super consistent. Even like
Yep.
though the past 2 weeks he hasn't scored a touchdown, he's put up over 100 yards.
Yeah.
And
They're feeding him the rock, man.
they have to. I mean,
Yep. He's like that whole offense right now.
He's the guy to give it.
He's
the
got
ball.
100 yards in every game this year. Like 100 total yards at least. Only once did he not have 100 rushing yards. That was, and he still had 81. So, and he had 2 touchdowns that game. So he's fucking destroying.
It helps that he has the MVP as his quarterback to draw off the coverage.
True.
Guys keep laughing. It's gonna happen. He's gonna win MVP.
Probably.
They're 5-0. He's got the best stats at quarterback so far this year.
It'll happen. It's bound to happen. Alvin Kamara, you playing him?
I think I'm gonna play Kamara.
Kamara's got a great matchup this week.
Going against the Lions, I mean, don't have to worry about him anymore. I'm not playing Gillisley. I'm just gonna say.
And now it's only a 2-back horse now that AP's gone. Like,
Yep.
he's only got to
He's
worry
getting more
about
carries.
Ingram.
He's gonna get more carries.
That's why I think Kamara. It's going to be either Kamara or Ellington. Ellington, I think the past
A lot of catches.
3 games.
Yeah, he's like a receiver at this point.
Yeah, he's been killing it. So I mean,
Yeah, he's had over 10 points the last 3 games. So.
Yeah.
that's why I got. Those would be what I'm picking from. But I think I might roll with Kamara at home against
Wouldn't be a
Detroit.
bad play.
I saw you picked up Mike Williams.
Yeah,
Interesting pickup. I saw that. I was
I-
like, nice.
I got an alert. I thought he was actually going to play, but I think I misread it.
It was week 6.
Yeah.
It said, yeah, I got that same alert.
Yeah.
So I picked up Mike Williams with the mindset, like, let's just see what happens. Like,
But yeah, now you have a guy on your bench who was a top draft pick. You never know if he breaks out. It's a guy you possibly could keep for next year.
That was
and help you
Odell
out
his
down the
rookie year.
stretch.
Yeah, it was.
Odell was
Yeah.
out until
Ross knows all about that.
week 8 or whatever.
Yep.
He came in and just stormed the league. So picked up Mike Williams just to see what he could do. I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna say you're also gonna need a tight end. You got Charles Clint.
Yeah, Charles Clay got injured.
I'll trade you a tight end, Brian.
Charles Clay got injured, so
You don't want any of my tight ends.
I want your tight end.
Honestly, it's tough. You have to make
Ooh.
the 2 pickups this weekend. When I look at your team, I don't see many guys that I would want to drop.
Well, Clay's one that's going to get dropped.
Okay, so tight end for tight end. So that's you have to make room for with one guy then.
Yeah, so
I would consider dropping Gillisley if I'm being honest.
I mean, I thought about it. It's hard to see.
I
hard,
mean,
man.
at this
It's
point,
hard to
he had a good week 1 and a good week 2, but other than that, 3 points, 4 points, 5 points. So he's bound to get 6 points this week, and that's not
hey, if he stays that course by the end of the year, he's a great playoff player.
It stinks because Gillisley is like I've watched the Patriots games and he's actually really good and he runs and he picks up yardage. He's just not a part.
They don't use him enough though.
They can't use him
Is the
because the
thing.
defense sucks so much
Yeah.
that they can't use him. They have to use James White. They have to use
They rely on Tom Brady.
Yeah, they have to.
And if they're gonna pass it, if they ever get to a second down and it's not 3 or less, he's not in the game. Essentially, they're gonna pass the ball because that's just the way the offense works. And James White's a better guy for the backfield,
Yeah.
so it's tough.
So
And not very often do they get goal line situations.
They did
anyways.
the first few
Just-
weeks because of penalties. They
Yeah.
got him there. They had a bunch
Yeah.
of pass interferences that
Yeah.
set him up at the 1, and he just kept plowing them in.
Yep.
But lately, they've just been passing it in.
That's been all super long passes. So
But then looking at running backs on Patrick's side, I think
Mark
he has,
Ingram.
I think he has two that can actually put up some points. James White, like how we were just talking about, like
Yeah.
I don't know, he's getting like 10 catches for like 10 yards, but that's still like insane.
Is
Yeah.
Patrick 1-4 now?
Yeah.
When I look at Patrick's team, I don't see a team that should be 1-4.
Neither do I.
I see a lot of really good players that he should at least be 2-3, if not
Mhm.
above that.
He's,
So
I guess he's.
I think
he must have just
I
had some bad luck.
having some unlucky rough
All your
patches
scans
right
done
now.
again.
I don't know. I
No
just
issues
think
detected, man. Sweet.
Thinking just some unlucky rough patch right now for Patty. If he just sticks with the guys he's got, I think they'll produce
Yeah.
eventually.
I really like Brian's receivers. Jordy Nelson's due for like a touchdown like every week. Crabtree's been catching touchdowns for
Yeah,
days.
he's been the guy there this year.
Yeah. Stephon Diggs didn't do well last night, but you think that he's going to rebound against Green Bay. Their defense isn't that good.
If Case Keenum's the
Yeah,
fucking
I don't know,
quarterback.
it's hard though. If Case Keenum's the quarterback, if either one's the quarterback, you used to think, oh yeah, he's gonna get the targets, but lately it's all been dink passes, like last year.
You got to just trust it.
Yeah, I think
It was a weird game last night. You got to take
That's
it.
true.
It was a very, very strange game for the most part.
And Minnesota normally plays to their competition, meaning they'll compete with Green Bay, I think.
Yeah, I think that it'll be close, and it's at home as well. So you got to think that he's going to have a bounce back week. I think.
yeah. I
And then
agree.
Ty against Tennessee on Monday night. Ty's been putting up some big points recently as well.
I think he got that. I think he has chemistry for set now. You know, like it took him a couple, but now I trust Ty to be able to put up
Mhm.
some
Yeah.
good games, especially because he's fast as hell.
Yeah,
And
yeah. Ty is a really good play, I think.
Meanwhile, for Patrick, his receivers, Brown is good, obviously.
Even when their offense is bad, Brown's good.
Yeah,
So
exactly. I
he's-
mean, they sucked ass last week as a team, but he still had 10 catches for 157 yards.
Yeah.
That's insane. That is insane. So, and then Brandon Cooks going against the Jets.
He could have a deep touchdown.
Yeah.
If he does, he'd have a crazy week. Yeah, that's Brandon Cooks for you. He has a crazy week the weeks he gets a long touchdown.
Yeah. Yeah. And I could definitely see that happening. T. Williams, meh.
hit or miss.
I'm not very high on like Charger receivers, except for Keenan.
I want to, yeah, I like Allen, and I want to see how Mike Williams does, and that might hurt
Tyrell.
Tyrell.
Williams in the offense also, him coming back. But
Yeah.
I'm not very high on Tyrell Williams.
I'm not high on Martellus Bennett either. I don't know. I
I like Rudolph
just don't-
better than Bennett.
well, yeah, so do I, but I don't know.
Rudolph struggled to be in the year, but I think he'll pick it up as the season goes.
Green Bay just doesn't utilize their tight ends all that much.
Never have.
And no. I mean, even when they
Regardless
had
of
pretty
who's
good
there.
ones, like back in the day with Jermichael Finley was pretty good, and they still didn't really use him all that much. Okay, I guess, who wins?
Let me go.
Yeah, go ahead. Who do you think's
mean-
going to win, Brian?
I think I'm gonna win. I mean, I just have to figure out what quarterback I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Trade.
that's really the
Trade
only
could
one
also
that's
be up
difficult.
in the air. Like I would be open to that.
We can discuss.
Look at some whatever quarterback it is. I'm gonna be bold and saying I might stay with the Chiefs defense. I might actually play the same defense 2 weeks in a row.
Pittsburgh,
Unbelievable. I'm going to say that you win as well. I think this actually might be pretty close just because of Patrick's matchups that he has. Ingram could get a touchdown. James White could get a long reception touchdown. Brown is Brown. Cooks could get a long touchdown. So, like, the potential is there. It just depends if it happens. So, but because of that, I think Brian's going to win just because you've got the more safer plays.
I'm going with Brian in the highest scoring matchup of the week.
Let's go. I
both,
like to hear that.
both teams, I think, are going to have the most points.
Let's go
And
hear
some
that.
of them-
First
one
and
of them-
second
one of
most
them's
points?
going to get screwed because they're facing the top team,
Yeah.
even though they have the second most.
And let's not forget the kicking legend known as Greg Zerline. I think that's the catalyst to Brian's team right now.
I mean, he's a good player. He's a good player. I mean, he's a good kicker.
He's been killing it this
So
year.
their team normally
Yeah.
gets close to the red zone. If they don't punch it in, he gets a lot of field goals.
Yeah. Exactly. So the last matchup we've got here is Heather against Zach. which could also be another good game. We've got some pretty good games this week.
You got Heather, who's 4-1 now.
She's been killing it.
Wasn't she 1-1 to start the year? Like she's
Mhm.
won 3 in a row now.
I think
Team's
so.
definitely picking it up.
Yep. All because of the GOAT, Tim Brody. He's playing against those Jets.
And Le'Veon starting to play like Le'Veon.
And Le'Veon's finally getting those high amount of carries that he usually gets. Lamar Miller against Cleveland. Yikes.
Yeah, that should
Zach's
be a pretty
butthole
good
is
game.
going to be pretty sore.
He can't play Elliott this week on a bye. I
Nope.
mean, last week he rolled with Montgomery inactive.
Did he?
I don't know what that was about.
Oh,
I mean,
boy.
he was doubtful all week, Zach. Come on, bud.
Yeah, man, you've got those stud running backs that help you beat Brian.
I mean, he didn't have another running back on his bench, but he could have.
He could have put DeMarco in. Yeah, no,
played
exactly.
receiver.
Played Marvin Jones or something.
I don't think Montgomery plays again this week. I mean, Aaron
He's out
Jones.
again.
I think Aaron Jones has shown that he can be all right, and like,
He was really good against
Yeah.
Dallas. Do you think when he's healthy that he gets?
No,
Right.
I think Montgomery and
You
him
don't think-
split it. Or like, because Montgomery was also playing like 90% of the snaps.
Yeah.
So I think that it goes down to Montgomery.
But
may play,
Montgomery
like-
was also a receiver to start. You think
Yeah.
they could ever be like, hey, we have a guy we trust now at running back. Let's move Montgomery back.
That could be interesting.
I feel like Montgomery likes his role as running back, though.
I think he does too.
I think he's like actually said that he enjoys playing running back. But I could see them like doing some split carry things just to like have some different
I think
Packages and
They
Yeah.
could play together. Like, I mean, like how you said, like they could just play.
have them lined up like both next to Rodgers.
yeah,
That would be interesting.
good. Because both of them can catch the ball pretty well too. I mean, obviously Montgomery, but Jones
Yeah.
is decent at catching.
Yeah, I mean he had over 100 yards last week.
So it all really depends on if he's.
But yeah, it depends on if
gonna
he
play.
plays. Yeah, if he doesn't play, then Zach's gonna have to do
Have to
something.
pick up a running
yeah,
back
he's gonna have
at
to pick up
least.
a running back.
QB wise, Brady's the best.
Yeah, no,
Brady's
Brady's
the
got
player.
the advantage over Stafford, especially
Oh, yeah.
since Stafford's
I mean,
partially
yeah, Stafford
banged
might
up
not
right
play.
now.
He doesn't have a backup quarterback either.
I think Stafford will
That-
play, but
yeah.
I don't think Stafford's gonna put up big points.
Well, if you're Zach, do you risk not having a
No,
quarterback? You probably pick another
no,
one up.
I would pick somebody
Dude, the
up.
waiver wire is going to be filled with quarterbacks this week.
Yeah, I would drop the shit out of Julius Thomas.
And there's not that many good ones.
No, there really aren't at this point. All of them kind of got swooped up.
Yeah.
So, let's see. So, quarterback advantage is Heather, obviously. Running back advantage is Heather, just because Bell's a beast and Lamar's playing against
And Elliott's
Cleveland.
on his bye. Is he going to have his case this week, Elliott?
I don't know.
I think he might.
I think this is the week he's supposed to have his case.
Good. I haven't kept up with that. Wide receivers. He's rolling with Eric Decker. I mean, it could be a good play against Indy, depending on if Mariota plays.
Yeah.
So, I think he, like he just says, hasn't moved his lineup, but he has Demaryius Thomas on his bench.
Yeah, he'll play
I
him
would-
in, I think.
I would probably play Decker over Robert Woods, though.
Yeah.
Just because Robert Woods, and he's going against a good defense.
Yeah, I'm just saying he'll put him in for someone.
Yeah, for
He's
sure.
got to fill the slot spot anyway.
Yeah.
Because Murray's
Well,
gonna
Murray's
roll
going
up
to
there.
roll up, yeah, exactly. Yep, so Golden Tate didn't play really well last week, but the
No.
whole offense didn't play well last week.
Yeah.
Except for Marvin Jones. Marvin Jones was getting some pretty good catches.
Yeah, Marvin Jones had like 13 points, I think. He was decent.
Do you think
I-
Tate's just doing what he did last year? Like, I mean, he started off the season slow last year, and then he got really good. But I don't know. Like,
I mean, he could be in for a bounce back game against New Orleans. Their defense.
I
is
think
good.
Tate. I think it's mostly because our offense has struggled recently as a whole. I think when our offense plays well, he's normally the catalyst of it. He gets a lot of catches and stuff. So.
Because their number one cornerback usually shadows Marvin Jones instead of Golden Tate.
Typically because he's bigger.
Well, yeah, yeah,
Something
and
like that.
Golden
And
Tate's
Tate
more
can
in,
go to
in the slot.
Yeah.
Let's see. I mean, Heather's receivers. Aguilar tore me a new one. Devontae
Yeah.
Adams tore me a new one. Adam Thielen played pretty good just because Keenum was throwing him
She's
the
got a
rock.
lot of options. I mean, she could even put Coleman back in, who, when playing consistently, pretty decent.
I think I'd put Coleman in over Mike Wallace.
He's pretty much got 10 every week at least.
Yeah. And Mike Wallace is like deep ball or nothing.
Yeah, he had about 130 yards on 3 catches last week.
He had 3 catches for 133 yards. So,
It's interesting.
Yeah, and that's not going to continue. Joe Flacco sucks.
Except for this week. When
Oh yeah,
when
yeah.
Ross picks them up and
Right.
puts up 4 touchdowns on me.
Yep. Yeah, I would play Coleman over Wallace, but she's going to also have to pick up a defense of some sort because the Bills are on a bye. So there's going to be the waiver wire is going to be lit this week.
Yeah, this is a big week.
It is
for
going
the waiver
to
wire.
be a lit waiver wire.
It might decide a lot of matchups, honestly.
Yeah. So hopefully you guys have high waivers. I don't know what mine is.
Ross is at the bottom.
Yeah, I don't have the greatest waiver. I think
Let's
I
see.
have the third lowest.
Can you look
Or
on
third highest.
on your
I think you
team
got
thing?
waiver 2 though.
Me?
Yeah,
Fuck
I think
yeah.
you have the second one. It's
Pick a
literally
quarterback.
reverse standing.
Pick a quarterback. I've got 3 right now. It's reverse standings?
There's reverse standings every week.
Oh, then I've got 2. I think Autumn has the first.
Yeah.
Pick up a quarterback. I'm gonna fucking do it.
Just hold every quarterback ransom.
Yeah. Who wants a quarterback? I've got a couple of good ones.
Oh man.
All right. Well, we'll just get to prediction time now. Who wins? Ryan.
Heather Big.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Heather Big too.
I say Heather wins.
All right. It is decided. Heather, you are destined to win.
Go to 5-1.
Go to 5-1, and hopefully.
Ross joins you.
That power couple.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Gosh, that power couple is dominating our league right now, guys.
This is a bunch of fucking collusion, man. This
It's kind of weird. The
bullshit.
commissioner's undefeated. His girlfriend's
Yeah,
second place.
One loss.
And it's all because of the Giants.
Yeah. We should have asked him
Yeah.
when he called earlier. If
Yeah,
you know.
I think he knows that they're fucked.
Probably.
Which is probably good news for him, at least.
Yeah, I would say so. All right. Any other final thoughts, Brian?
Let's get on to the next week. That's all I can think right now.
Congrats to everyone who won this week.
Mhm.
Everyone who, congrats to everyone who lost, even us.
Congrats to us.
Congrats
The
to us.
0-3 Downriver
Congrats
boys.
to us for losing.
Yeah,
Uh,
we rule.
I think it's still going to be an interesting week. A lot of good matchups, a lot of interesting waiver wire pickup stuff, so let's have fun.
Let's have fun.
Let's have fun, guys.
Let's have fun. All right, we're going to end it here. Me and Brian are going to talk trades. I'm going to go get some quarterbacks on the waiver wire. Fuck all you guys over. We'll see you next week. Good luck.
Peace out.